Jake wanted that pitch.
That pitch has been a strike, and it has not been a strike. And look at this. Great location. You can see Foxtrack liked it. And again, what's he have to do, he says. And Meals takes his mask off.
Jake was going to be out of the game either way. He might get ejected. He's going to. He just got tossed. Jake was coming out of the game either way, and he was not happy with either the 2-2 pitch or the 3-2 pitch. And Dwayne, to be fair, it has been an inconsistent zone tonight.
It has been very inconsistent. You can understand Jake's frustration. He threw 2 consecutive strike threes there and didn't get the call from Meals. And this one was better than the prior one.
Oh my goodness!
That's a perfect pitch.
He's right over that pitch.
I know.
He's set up on the inside corner.
And you can't blame Odorizzi.
Here it is. Look, it's right in front of the umpire. That's a shame. I mean, if the Rays come back and win, Jake gets a no decision, but Jake really deserved to get through that 6th inning. Instead, he leaves with 2 outs.
Well, what do we got going on here? Telling Adrian to get Adrian out of the way. Oh no, Adrian. Oh boy, he's just been ejected. Kicked him out of the game. Come on. Wow. That is one of the strangest things I've seen. And now Jeff Bannister out. Well, now Bannister's been ejected. Once he was told move back to the batting circle or get in the batting circle, he said, okay, just move it over here.
Wow. It's 18-6. Jerry Davis is one of the senior umpires in the American League. He's in his 34th year, and he must not have any sense of humor. The conversation continues between Beltre and Davis, with Bannister in between, trying to make sure that Beltre doesn't get suspended.
Road within the division, interleague, all, we break it down so many different ways. Seems like, usually a first place club would be, at least around 500 on the road, and really did. Look at this. Look at this. Lester, his body language has not been good. He's very frustrated.
And Andy Fletcher's trying to get. I've never seen this. Have you?
No, and David's got a chance of being ejected here. Fletcher wants to say his piece to John Lester. Yeah, you're right. I've not seen this.
It's usually a player being held back.
And Fletcher saying, I've had enough. I'm not going to take it anymore. There's been a lot of, double takes, looking in, questioning. And especially if you're a home plate umpire and it's early in the game, you try to set the tone. You just don't want to put up with it. Home plate umpires generally will take a little bit more from hitters than they will pitchers.
I think Joe will not finish probably until he gets the thumb here. Joe did not get kicked out, so we'll keep an eye on that. Now, there are a couple of pitches in this sequence that Lester was really displeased with.
Well, when we look at the Xfinity pitch tracks here, see the one borderline pitch, that first one, that one was clearly off the plate inside.
Ortiz will lift this into center field for a base hit. And David aboard here with 2 down, kind of flung the bat into fair ground. So he was headed down the first base line. And David looking back in the direction of home plate umpire Bruce Dreckman.
Yeah, Dreckman getting back at Ortiz too, it looks like.
The bat flip by Ortiz.
He's throwing him out of the game.
So John Farrell out here now after David's been ejected. Crowd's going to let David hear it as he heads off here.
Now let's see if Ortiz has something to say to Druckmann on the way by. The third base umpire Hallion's going to try to head him off at the pass.
David's telling him he's too sensitive. Now David's thrown him out of the game.
Well, it looked to me like when David made contact on that, he did throw the bat back toward not home plate, but in front of home plate.
Yes.
And that certainly upset Druckmann right away. Now, I don't know what was said down at first base. I have no idea what was said. But Druckmann was giving it right back to Ortiz at first base, and finally he just threw him out of the ballgame. Here's David when he gets to first base. Now, what does he do? Pointing to him, that's about it. Just shaking his head. Yeah, he's talking to him, but I mean, it's nothing, nothing big right there. To that point.
Down the count 0-2. Got a leadoff double. Strasburger taking strike two. He was kind of disguised that as long as he possibly could instead of getting the sacrifice down. He was thinking butt base hit. Now he's down to the count, no balls, 2 strikes. These are the situations where you got to execute. You have to get that butt down somehow, some way. Jeff Bannister coming out to talk to Adam Omari. To be quite honest, I'm not really sure what the discussion's about. Apparently, somebody on the Ranger bench was overdoing it a little bit and might have gotten thrown out. I'm not sure. But Bannister coming out trying to plead his case. And not very pleased with the case he's pleading. No, I couldn't see if he tossed somebody, but it looks like it from the way Bannister's going at him that somebody got tossed. And I'm trying to figure out why, because if somebody was barking, it's one pitch. Typically you have a little bit more time. Still can't see from there. Boo's right there in the background, and he didn't really say anything. That wasn't him. It was somebody down the middle of the dugout. And now Jeff is going to continue with Ron Culpa, the crew chief. Got to make sure that hey, these guys do have a right to go ahead and express their displeasure if they want to, as long as they stay within the bounds of normalcy. Apparently, Amari's idea of normalcy was not what he was being accused of. We will try and get that cleared up and pass along to you who was the victim of that ejection.
Why not? What's going on? I'm talking to you. I was talking to you.
It looks like Adrian Beltre is up there in the top step. You've got to be kidding me. How can you hear anything from that far away about one pitch? Yeah, and you don't hear Adrian. You don't see Adrian argue about hardly anything. And he's up there barking at Ron Culpa. And it was Adrian that got run, apparently. Because Culpa's telling him you got to leave the dugout. Bannister making sure that Beltre doesn't go on the field. Well, I hope that's not the case, and now Bannister's been thrown. Now, if Beltre got run for questioning the balls and strikes call, I can see why Bannister's going crazy about it. He should. Yeah, obviously that's not knowing what was said from up here, but it just seems like it,
that was just a quick response there to throw somebody out of the game. And then Beltre from down there at the corner of the dugout, and with the home plate umpire that tossed him. So I'm not sure what Beltre could have said from that far away, because this, number one, the dugouts are huge.
Yeah.
And that's a long way from home plate to the dugout.
I don't know what you're going to say from 100 feet that Chimaira is going to take personally like that, to be quite honest.
Supposed to be a fastball. It ended up being a slider. No one could catch it.
Here's the 3-2. Check swing, and it's in there for strike 3.
Wow.
2 down. Big Papi strikes out.
Well, is this on a swing or is this a called strike? That better be on a swing, because that pitch is too low.
That is not on a swing. That is a called.
That's terrible right there. That is terrible.
And here comes Ortiz. And I believe David has been tossed out. Boy, I have rarely seen him anywhere near that angry. Now, let's be honest, Copa's had a horrible night back there. And both teams would say that. His plate has been, well, who knows? Who knows where it's been, but Ortiz livid with him. His night is over. John Farrell has been thrown out as well. And how about this drama at the very end?
Well, John Farrell back on the field too. I mean, after you get thrown out, I don't know how long you can hang around. Here's a replay of Big Papi coming back out there.